back on, again, that supportive role in the initiator, but we'll have to wait and see. For me, it's a little strange to see. If there's actually, I mean, the test here is how much practice has gone into this, right?
Yeah. Gosh, no, that's an exceedingly good point. I mean, yeah, for me, this is all very much up in the air. Now, there's some great benefits to looking when you look at Liquid. You've got Navera, you've got Scream, Soulcast, Yampi. All these players, those 4 players have had relatively decent performances recently as well. But again, SSK already off to the perfect start. Finds Scream, gets away with his life. No harm, no foul on the other side of things. Navi just going to go through their protocol list quite happily so far. And no massive intent, excluding that one kind of lean up C long, has been really displayed by Liquid.
And no progress elsewhere either. So Navi's still in total control of the entire map almost. I'll wait for Liquid to decide upon when they want to re-aggress. Again, the Sheriff purchase from Scream as well. Anyway, no other utility to work with here. SSK still going to try and dip in here. Will be marked. We're back away now. It's a little bit of a fake. Yeah, the spike now making its way towards A site. And that's even potential there for Zeddy to cast a rotation, but unable to do so.
Yeah, but Deno's not really been moved off this yet, and he hasn't been fully cleared either, so there's a chance for a little bit of a punish, and there is. Finds Dreamer, spots the player on the follow-up as well, just Yampi and delivers it. Gorgeous pick, 10 seconds down the spike, falls further away towards Sewer just to try and keep his life. 5 seconds now, they might have run out of time here. The body's alone, sitting favorably towards Navi. Hello! Shot and a half, but it doesn't matter as long as SSK keeps his life. It's job done for Navi. And they're never going to be against running that clock down, and even a little punish on Soulcast at the end.
Taking it to Navi's comfort zone really so late on in the round, and Deno goes huge to actually find the second even there. I think actually the initial fault line from Dinks comes through, cleans Graffiti, so the swing onto short totally protected that. Manages to get the second done as well. Navi put the pistol round up on the board. Yeah, after Liquid, a very, very slow approach to it. Like I said, with Scream opting for the Sheriff, there's not really an awful lot of pop in terms of what they're able to string together for this execute. It being so late on as well, with Scream falling first, it makes it even harder.
Yeah, and again, outside of just the initial thoughts on this matchup, I do always like to see Navera on the chamber. I think that's something that is still one of the agents. You know, you see a player pick of an agent, it just suits them. It's like, okay, there's always a chance for a pop-off with some of these players, and Yampi doing Yampi things, right? There's always a chance for this, but I'd say Navi overall still solid enough that, you know, a team coming in with a roster change that I wouldn't say is like a drastic firepower upgrade, right? Like if you look at like Alpha coming in, for example, he just, you know, absolutely tore it up, set into a, you know, incredible motion. That's a firepower upgrade in my mind. I wouldn't say Dreamus is quite that. So again, I'm curious to see how this looks for the roster, having to come in and kind of build back in similar fashion. I don't see this being just that instant honeymoon pop-off, everything feels comfortable. This is now him in a new role, in a whole new way of playing. This is a different scenario altogether.
I mean, I hate to say it, you look at the history of Liquid and you see this announcement with Dreamers coming in, and it's difficult to get excited about it. It's not really what's been lacking, right? So it kind of does allude to maybe some deeper seated issues with Liquid, which shouldn't be any surprise. I mean, especially with the recent changes with Sliggy stepping away, but...
How could you ever get rid of Sliggy? I mean, you know, regardless, their choices are their own, and we have to see, as I said, the proof is in the result, right? And that's that. And again, Navi never going to be bothered by you running the clock low on them, because Deno sat there and he's just fine with it. You're going to go for a little B lean, are you? Nah. No, you're absolutely not. Now, Navi so far unfazed, unbothered, barely dropping any sort of dangerous moments in this. It's all been somewhat contained thus far. And I want to see a little bit of that magic now coming out from Liquid, a little bit of that intent shown.
That right click.
It's quite nasty, isn't it?
It's so disgusting to find that. The first two with the Spectre, relatively comfortable, but closing it out like that. Decent shot here at the bonus as well in round 3. The Bulldog and Sheriff to offset these Spectres a little bit. And Liquid, I mean, they're bring the Bulldog and a Guardian into their buy round, and Yampi's fallen off the rip, Lauren.
That's a huge pick. Even if they want to fall away from this, they can. Zeddy's sticking around towards Sewer a little bit longer. He's got utility to play with off the back, and you can see Scream gets noted. So already, this is a big indicator. I'm curious to see if they actually try and, you know, almost rotate off the back of this, or if they're curious if anyone's going to try and exploit towards B, which you can see Cloud's already keeping this in check. Soulcast has his work cut out if he wants to try and drift towards catching a rotation. They don't need to. They have the player advantage. Yes, they can pull a player across, but there's the contact made. Cloud can sit a little bit deeper, but they have pulled the player towards A. So again, it's where does Liquid want to try and put themselves, though, even with this player disadvantage?
They still have to dislodge SSK with his trapping garage that Navi know they can lean away from this now.
Oh, and I like the push on long. It's brave. It's quite a risky play. You can see them kind of pushing down on towards C long, and it's actually a 1v1 now. I don't know if I don't think they are aware of this for now, but
I think SSK is still in range of his TP though. You
this
can
could
see
be
he's still in. He can
huge.
get out.
That's spike lost.
Down, C.
And that's going to instantly put the little bit of the warning signal of, okay, garage is probably under contest as well, and it is. The trap gets removed, but it's again a signifier that, hey, they're coming this way. No worries, let's hit that rotation now. No one's here to punish us. You got the flank coming in as well. 20 seconds. Liquid leaving this so late in the day. They have no options. The smoke's gone up. What are you meant to do? Soulcast has to find 2 here, or do something miraculous to facilitate the play coming in over long. And now they forced SSK out of position. That's 1 bonus, but down to 7 seconds. Yeah, they got Spectres and odds and ends, but that's more than enough to hold towards the site. And Liquid running out of time.
I mean, there's nobody with Soulcast so deep in garage. Nobody on long is progressing.
Nope.
Dreamers and Scream are just tucked in, almost committing to saving at that point. Unless Soulcast, like you said, finds 2.
That's the only thing he could do.
That was a very, very strange round to watch.
That was a buy against a bonus.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a perfect buy, but your rifle's enough.
I mean, even Duno's like reading as if, yeah, they're definitely still going to regress onto this. Throws out the Nightfall, and just to secure it, I'm fine with that in the bonus. It's a much bigger win for Navi in that regard, but very early on, Scream missing key utility. As soon as Yampi falls, the execute's always going to be harder, right? You have to rely on potentially Dreamers and Scream finding a kill. This guy actually manages to stick through. Actually, with the fault line just missing, I think. But yeah, Scream missing his blast packs at the point of the round where you think the only thing they have to rely on after the smokes fall is having a little bit of pop to an execute.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks... It's early in the game, right? And this can all change. But it looks like it's lacking a little bit of direction here from Liquid early, right? And that can be adjusted. A timeout could completely change how that looks. But for now, indecision looking like it's a problem. But a walk-up C-Long's not necessarily a bad idea. Zeddy has to be on red alert. He's not necessarily on an island. He's got some support in the form of Cloud. There's the information. And now he has to ring the alarm bell and fast. And not going to be super far ahead. And actually, TP's forward. It's Cloud to find Navera.
He gets away.
He's got to keep his life. And now the blind comes in. This is just beautiful. Navi shutting this down categorically. And Liquid have no options. They can back away. You've got 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
Where'd you go? Maybe hit up B. There's still going to be utility in play, I'm pretty sure, on this one. So, again, they're going to hear all of this. Cloud's going to get the information. The call's going to be made. And look at this wrap. It's so quick from Cloud. They have no idea. It's easy. It's light work for Cloud. Doesn't need to overcommit to this. Maybe just trying to buy a little bit of time. Yampi is surrounded. And Zeddy is there. Navi 4 standing. Not looking phased.
I mean, it's only 4 rounds, but I'm already worried for Liquid because they look so lost.
I want to see a pause, Mike.
Yeah.
I want to see it quick. I want to see it now. Just like, let's just let's start the game again. Let's start fresh almost, because these first couple of rounds look pretty limp. You know, there's not much impact to them. They're being holded up. They're being read every... Well, it's not even being read. It's not like coming up against mad stacks. It's just looking a bit flat.
A little lifeless. Yeah. It's almost getting back to that uncomfortable viewing stage, which, again, if you're a Liquid fan, we've been here before, right?
Yeah.
Again, this fight for a lobby immediately won out. I mean, in that regard, from just a little bit of utility from Navi, the trade-off for the fault lines, the paint shell to follow up. Cloud does have the showstopper here, so they can lean away from A a little bit. If there's any contact at all, Cloud can pop that and absolutely make sure he can buy some time for the rotation, but... Here in the buy round, look at Screams on a Spectre. There's been a few weird things. You look down towards the utility, you look towards the purchase, and it's just odd to see.
Yeah.
Which is now just a trend for Liquid.
Yeah, and Navi on one side are so much deeper into their process of, being a well-drilled team. They played with this, they had some changes, obviously, but I'd say they're deeper into that process of really filtering in the players. So I'm curious to see how long Liquid have been able to bring this into effect. How long have they actually had together to try and work this out? So if it's literally like 2 days, 3 days, that changes not how much we can not necessarily judge it. Judge seems wrong, but just how it looks, right? Like, you're meant to be in here to be a real contestant, and I'm a bit worried if that's not the case. For now, though, Zeddy filling the gap again. He exploited that earlier into this. Yampy does the same sort of thing, though. Gets the punish, and Zeddy still holds. Good work from Zeddy, and look at the time. 13 seconds now. Yampy's taking the space on B, but he's surrounded. And you can see the flank coming in as well on the other side. Yampy and Navera. Huge impact this round. 5 seconds, though. They need that spike down. There's still Dinks alive. Scream barely breathing, but he gets the spike planted. A 1v3. Smoke goes up. And it tailors him in towards Navera. Nice work in the end, but gotta say for me, Yampy and Navera putting in work.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Zeddy almost making that one completely impossible. That push down mid completely unnoted, catches Soulcast off guard, and lucky things don't spiral out of control for Liquid at that point. We'll force out the repurchase here from Liquid. A couple of ultimates coming online now, and most notably, Scream and Soulcast, actually Rolling Thunder one away for DreamHack as well. Navi seemed pretty, I mean, yeah, Cloud and SSK maybe a little bit down. Tour de Force to offset it, so still in a good position financially. And a big round lead very early on, coming into round 6 here. Liquid need to double down on that previous round. Build up a little bit of a buffer here.
And if it needs a couple of those rounds from Yampy and Navera, those bailouts, you take them, right? At this point, rounds on the board are what you need, and that's what they can facilitate. Now, you could argue the same. SSK's been doing huge, impactful work for Navi. And this is a little bit faster in the day before. Now you're going to see the ult being popped, and now you're going to back away from this. Give up side controls it towards CT. Posted.
SSK actually played on top of the box.
That's ridiculous. Takes no damage from it. They're sitting fine. Postured for retake. For sure. Spike down. See how this whole goes.
You're saying, look at the utility. Lots available for Navi here. Cloud and Dinks looking pretty comfortable. Soulcast finds a huge kill onto Zeddy, though, to slow things down on the way in. Navi have to scramble to find a response now.
Navi looking like they want to come through Garage regardless. They're not going to really stop on this. And actually, Navera's getting in a little bit of trouble here. Needs some support, and he doesn't get it. And now the rest of Liquid mostly sat towards long. You got to look for that late lurk coming through Garage and potentially through CT. But if Navi get this ball rolling fast, there could be problems. Let's see if that happens. Already SSK finds Scream. Good trade for DreamHack, but already halfway on the defuse. And they want more, and they're not going to get more. SSK might be doing great, but he can't do enough this round. Good post plant for Liquid, and there's a little bit of life shown finally in them. Well.
That actually might punish the economy a little bit. The round win comes through, but everybody falling going to force the repurchase. And I mean, I'll see how it lies now. I mean, Navera's got the Tour de Force to offset it, so you do have a little bit of a cushion to fall back on. That's definitely not what they needed. They definitely could have done with stringing together a couple of rounds and build a bit of momentum there. So losing the 2 rifles is key in that regard. Because look at Navi, actually, they come out still in a financial advantage, sorry.
Okay. Navi deciding they want to take C-Long control, start making a little bit of push off the back of the one-way. You can see there is a response in kind. Don't think this is without someone else doing some work. Yampy taking the space right back towards Garage. Now, if they almost overcommit, they overpush this, they could find more than they expect, but it's all about timing now. Look at this. Bring a Rosie and Navera, none the wiser. You're not going to expect 2 players here. Well, maybe Navera does almost adjusted towards Zeddy, but they've taken the control. But now you've got to be worried. And there's the worry starting to really hit home. Soulcast already taken towards the site. Now slipping towards deeper CT. You've got Yampy overextended as well, holding these rotations. This is a good round so far from Liquid. A little unorthodox, but you'll take it. And Yampy's position, just ahead of the curve, gets checked, gets body checked by Dinks. Yampy goes down. The follow-up not going to happen. DreamHack beats out Dinks. And they keep control of CT for some extent, but again, a 3v3 post plant, and Cloud is super low HP. Comfortable work for Scream, leaving just 2 alive.
No charges.
DreamHack actually used that decay a little bit, but the flash timing, perfect for the swing. Soulcast cleans it up. SSK last man standing. Soulcast actually doubles down. And finally now, a position for Liquid to build upon, right? 3 rifles saved across here. Because they've actually dwindled away a lot of the advantage Navi had. This is going to be the last purchase in the bag for them. Zeddy's sitting pretty comfortable at 5,800. Could even get the operator online here for SSK if needed. That tour de force was burnt up. Actually, looking out, we could dropped across the cloud. Actually,
Get a drop. Thanks.
the other side, Nivera picking one up as well.
Cloud.
Still gets it, man.
Still gonna find it. And that's the first pick. Nivera on duty, trying to find anyone out of place towards sewer, but no one's peeking this much.
I just thought for a second that Dreammaster was walking with the fault line out. I was like, that is bold to be drifting like that, but just a little bit of a UI bug there. Nobody actually holding on to long either. SSK tucked in tight, holding a pretty deep angle here as Dink's preemptively rotating away. I mean, the fault line should pull him back. Well, the flash for sure.
Oh, good little pickup. Dips away in time. And that's a two-player advantage. Hard work now for Liquid. Tap on the spike, but I don't think anyone's particularly biting. Not going to draw much. Little tap on the TP as well. And now Yampy. Well, we know what you're up to. This is going to be a problem going forward for Dreamers, Nivera, and Yampy. They need one of these players to find it, right? Nivera or Yampy. Who's going to stand up at this point? Zeddy trying to work his way in. You can see it. They're trying everything they can. Nivera's going to find SSK. That's not bad. And actually, Dreamers towards Cloud. There's still a bit of a chance in this. They still need more. And it's Dreamers, the new boy, has to deliver only. Good for one, but what an attempt at it as well.
He nearly found actually the 2-for-1 there. I'm not even sure if that was a connection. Just a little bit of damage mitigation there to put Duno down to 21 HP, but just about. I mean, Navi still had so much utility once again. I'm not even sure actually if the paint shell was off a little bit with that combo. You can see Duno's got the timing right for the plant. And Liquid actually aware of the possibility as well. Fake tapping the first.
Feeling generous?
Cloud coming to, that was with an operator, by the way. Cloud had an operator there when he double satcheled in.
So many questions with this, but we wait and see as we go back in. A little bit of timeout, and the double judge coming out to play.
Well, in the previous series, and entertained here once again by SSK and Duno. Pressure felt towards Garage. No follow through just yet. Look as if Liquid got their sights set on B site. I don't feel any pressure on the way in here, actually, whether or not Navi just going to commit to the mid retake here, but Spike not committed yet, Lauren.
No.
And the time is going to be way off for these smokes here, whether or not this is all a fake.
Meant to be a fake?
Well, now they have to wait for the smokes to come back. This is
they've got one
really
to
weird.
commit. Maybe they could put it to the connector and just... And there's the ult coming in off the back. And Cloud's found Nivera. This seems a bit disjointed. I don't... Again, maybe I don't see the master plan to this, but the double pump towards B now... Again, Navi haven't overextended to try and do much towards B. They've left it somewhat open at this point. And now the side taking could begin for Liquid with the intent of the spike behind them. And well, there's the investment of the ult off the back. Can anyone capitalize on this though? There it is. Zeddy going to work his way forward, and Yampy's actually pretty well equipped for this. Deals well towards Zeddy. And there's layers to what Yampy wants to do. Goes on the timing for the wrap and is perfect. Yampy reading the game so well. Now there is the timer of the player behind him, and actually SSK baits him into it. Switching out to the judge, his nastiness goes up to the Guardian, and now a 3v3 post plant.
Nothing here to cut sightlines either, so Liquid can hopefully comfortably play through mid here. The first headshot comes through. Cloud actually trades it through though.
And Dreammask called upon required, and he's holding his own. He's keeping himself alive. And Liquid just about pull it off with a combined 50 HP. They make it work. Dreammask barely breathing, but it works. And again, that double pump towards B was curious. I wonder if it was intentional or just simply, cause and effect. I just to say again, Yampy being able to find the impact on the entry and the follow-up as well was massive for them.
I mean, it relies on this, which, yeah, probably one of the best weapons to use here to mitigate the rolling thunder coming through. But there's no way that's the intention, right? You look at when the smokes are invested and when they actually push it, they don't find any contact, but when they push through onto site where the spike is, there's no way. I'm not buying that.
No, it's a head scratcher, but we look at where the money currently rests. Navi sitting down on Spectres, Sheriffs, bits and pieces on the other side. It's certainly not perfect, but it will do the job. Hopefully. As SSK waiting down towards Sewer, and Yampi considering his options now. Maybe leaving it all to old Soulcast to try and crest this. They've got utility to clear, and hopefully they have the diligence to do so. And see. And hold still, doesn't give it away, and he actually strikes. How has that happened? They've traded effectively. Thank the gods for Liquid.
I mean, he was marked.
At least, yes, it's a great. Again, how has he gotten away with that? I do not know. But the one thing I do know is they still have 3 players standing, so they should be fine.
You've said it.
Shut up.
There's a pain shell to work with, a Stinger and a Sheriff for Cloud and Duno. You're right, this one should be in the bag for them. The pain shell not going to find anything just yet. Navera will find the headshot, so well, Duno can do the impossible here. Denied at the first hurdle. 5-5 the scoreline, which in my eyes is still a miracle that it's this close with how it felt in the first few rounds for Liquid. Navi almost slipping a little bit here in terms of control. But yeah, I mean, the first Prowler goes through, but look at it. He's marked on the ground.
It shows the I mean,
the fact that the first Prowler goes away from it is, I guess, what makes Soulcast reconsider, but...
Sure. Oof. 5-5. They made a game out of this. The game is absolutely on. And already Cloud copping a whole lot of damage. He's got to keep his life, but he has to peel away now, losing the ability to be proactive as Yampi already starting to kind of build up towards C-Long. This is pretty decent early work considering the pacing of this game. Things having to fill that gap. Going for a little jump peek, see if he can spot anything, but again, we know that Liquid have been running these late rounds. This is, this could be down to 20 seconds at this point.
I'll find you.
Lots of time burnt up already. Liquid, again, no real progress here. They have to re-explore at the 50-second mark. Only Zeddy on the other side of this. A paranoia to work with, but Navi now almost catch a scent of what Liquid are up to. SSK going to post deep and actually might even catch an audio cue here from Yampi and Navera because they're very late from this, and yeah, absolutely well. We can cancel the TP. He might actually find this kill.
You're not wrong. Yampi comes back.
SSK?
What?
Dunno. I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, 5v4 post-plant. Don't know what's happening. 3 towards CT, 1 still lingering around by B, but I don't think they're going for this at all.
Nope.
I'm safe.
There's nothing left in terms of the finances.
If I see a technical timeout, that would make more sense.
I mean, I would hate to, because SSK had a freebie. Like I said, if the TP gets cancelled, that's a kill.
I'm just... I don't know if it was just by the time we came back to it, it looked like he was straight up AFK. So we'll see what the hell that was. If there is a tech timeout in the next round, we'll see. If not, just core sleeping. At this point, though, Liquid taking control of the game, 6-5 here.
Last
And
round
this
before
still
the switch.
just seems a little curious, and he's there, buying up. So just caught napping.
I don't know if he'd paused to maybe ping something, wasn't expecting the TP to cancel, but like I said, he caught the audio cue at the perfect timing to backstab that execute and just missed out on it.
Yeah, I think maybe just because of the timing we switched back to that, we kind of caught the tail end of it. So it was
the worst
kind
part of it.
yeah, it gave us very little context, but it did seem a little bit bizarre. However, we go back in. Navera operator ready. We're going to have the ult prepared for SSK on the other side. So similar scenes, but look at the proactive play down on A-Long. A little bit of a new look this time. Haven't seen SSK opt for this just yet. But in response, Liquid really trying to tender for that B site control early on.
Spike is here though, playable this time around for the B side hit. Actually, Scream still
Scream.
gets that. Actually gets ahead of the blind as well.
Yeah, that's so valuable, and the follow-up's great as well from Soulcast. Good spacing, good take towards it, and naturally just everyone forgetting that someone could have been there, but it's okay. Scream is having a round. Don't worry, folks.
No way he actually slips past this. He actually got
Oh,
past the
that's
trap.
Kind of filthy. Okay, a little ahead of time. But a step of noise will give away the game. And the timing as well. Bear in mind, Navera could just look this way at the right time, but SSK's got himself a moment, a chance. Slim as it may be, he has to close the gap, and he's got the judge to do exactly that. He had 3 weapons to play with and couldn't pick one to take down Scream. And that will give at least Liquid the lead on the half.
Somehow, with how this started, it's
Yeah.
miraculous here. I mean, they have to put up a solid defense here with Navi. Again, a little bit of an adjustment in terms of the comp here, where Navi have found a lot of success on the back of the Neon, particularly here. But we'll have to see if this actually is going to draw out a pace change for them, or things are going to slow down once again. Scream actually does so well to find that response on Taduno. It could have really turned the round in the opposite favor there, but does Navi stack up almost everybody here and present outside a lobby?
My ult.
The fault line going to slow things down initially. Well, Navera's going to swing on the back of it. Actually, he's ahead of the fault line there. Zeddy catches him off guard.
Zeddy, quick as he could be. Big punish.
Yeah, I mean, the setup was perfect, but the Prowler coming through opts to deal with that instead, and Zeddy just absolutely charges down after it.
Now you can see, I mean, Yampi's in that catch-22, right? Do I commit and try my best to hold this as a chance? They pump back this way. I'm the only one even close to the side of the map, and they are showing intent. They are showing plenty of players here. Now he has to fall away. Tagged on the way out, though. How much can one man do? He's about to be surrounded. He can do nothing. Deno just gives him the drive-by. That's it. That's all she wrote. They're already on the side. They just need to get the spike up. Now, CT is going to be contested. It looks like they're going to try and fight their way out. Yeah, okay, Boombot goes in. They're going to try and commit. No way! 3 for Cloud.
Oh my word. I mean, both paint shell combos there working in
Roll
tandem.
it again. Roll it back. Let me see that.
I mean, they literally traded off with exactly the same combo. Look.
One slightly more effective, however. That's lovely.
I love the camera angle as well to catch both of them perfectly.
That was very nice. That's right, one of the observers will clip that and put it on Twitter and be like, look what I've done. Don't worry about the nades, look at me. Look at what I have achieved. 6-7. That was actually a madness, wow. I mean, Liquid now down on Sheriffs, right? Like, this is danger time.
I have the spike.
What is going on? It looks like that A hit's gonna be coming out on Liquid.
They're giving it up.
Falling away for
Yeah.
this.
I mean, there's 3 of them here, and they've given it up. Well, they want to rely on another combo here to make use of the paint shell, potentially. But the paint shell invested early.
Okay, well, fortunately for Navi, no one on the site. And they're going to need something real sharp to try and take this back from Navi. Plants in. Those plants look kind of okay. Yeah, one's in hell. Not too surprising. SSK can have the first big fight. Oh, bloody hell, he's sharp today. He's on the money, is old SSK. Going to find Yampi. And now the other 4, what do? How do you try and find any sort of movement, try and bide the time for the flank to come in? Maybe that's the name of the game, so you can cost them something, but as it stands, SSK is probably the player I'd least like to meet in this. Let's see if this time he's a little bit more awake. He's gone back to bed now. Soulcat's going to find him. And maybe they can pinch him in here. Let's see, any more damage. And all on the way out. Flash comes in, doesn't quite go as far as needed. Pain Shell, though, going to force Soulcast to fight. And he will lose that one. Scream, those shots looking crispy. And, well, actually, 2 going to be found by the spike. That's fine. And Scream going to be caught by Zeddy. So, in the end, no harm, no foul, particularly as the buy. I'm kind of interested to see how much they get, because it's going to be a little on the low end. I mean, Spectre's coming out, I guess, for Navi. 3. On the other side, the light armor might get. They've had to kind of forego a little bit of what they'd want.
Sure, again, with SSK being a little further away from the tour de force, you can't really offset this, but and still gaps in the purchase here for Liquid. It's like a fast piece actually towards Garage here for Navi. No trap here, and they will actually follow through here.
The drop down, look who's made his appearance. Oh, I thought he was teed up for 2. Yampi only gets 1, catching Deno, but the site should be won out by Navi. Yeah, absolutely. So Spike's gonna go down now. They need to find comfort in the post plant. Let's see what they get. It looks like Garage might be a high priority piece for the play back in coming out from Liquid, but this player's waiting in this trap. Almost
There's three
set up for this. Yeah, they're so aware. This could be, well, I say aware. Maybe by sheer luck alone, Navi are in the right place for this. Is Liquid going to make the first drop down? Scream going to go for it. It stinks with the punish, and the timing's great for Navi. Swinging together, but the response, Navera and Soulcast, how have you found this? And the one man standing, it's SSK, and Soulcast has to do some serious work. He's going to note the player's position, doesn't get it to halfway. And now there's problem. Soulcast has to make the push, has to make something out of this. But SSK gun out, ready for it. Preempting the push, he's found him, and Soulcast can do nothing but die in this. SSK is leading this Navi squad.
That's so well played as well. They don't even bother with the site hold. It's 3 players of 4 total committed towards that garage hold. So well played. And actually, even then, somehow Navera and Soulcast still flip that back to being doable. Again, Navera just a little ahead of the curve. No double swing possible there, which it's unfortunate here. And I mean, Soulcast there's no real good option there. He either needs to get half or push him.
And we were barely into the round. SSK is absolutely on point, and UI's taking a break. It's had a hard day. Don't worry about it. That's already what did Liquid do with this? Early loss off the rip. He goes back with us. Just need a little timeout. Navera, Scream, Soulcast, Dreamers on that Shiko. And, well, Navi looking like they just want to power forward, but that's dangerous.
A little off with the combo there. Almost perfect. I feel like it would have got at least 2. The paint shot went a little deeper.
And the utility work coming out from Liquid's pretty on the money right now. They just haven't been able to quite convert. You're right, it's that timing. It was a second away. But a good adjustment. Navi going to take that space right back towards B, and probably
clean movement. Clean movement there from Cloud.
Ooh. And punished as he hit his heels. The shin's now scuffed as he tries to make it up towards the top, but post plant 4v4, and bear in mind there's rifles up against sheriffs.
SSK finds the first here, the re-aggressive, the fault line, and the flash, and again it opens sight lines, but Scream still actually finds it, and the reveal actually lands inside the dark cover, so no information garnered on the back of that now. The swing through. Initially good, it's just SSK though.
Look at the HP! They're down to nothing, but they're still making a good try. Oh, the TP away! Does he still have a chance? He got the diffuser, but I think it was a second too late. No, he got it!
Yes, he got it! He got the ace and clutches it out! That defuse was so close as well. He baits the showstopper with his TP, gets away, still catches the defuse. What
Show
a
me
round.
it again. Show me how close that was. Gets away, and this is all the I thought he had it. I thought he had the defuse for a second. SSK is having one of the games of his life right now. So many clutch moments. And bear in mind, that was just a sheriff, a little upgrade round for Liquid.
That was back-to-back clutches from SSK.
This guy, he's absolutely putting in work for the boys. Bloody hell, what a round. I stopped saying that word, but that was ridiculous.
It was Liquid. Got to be kicking themselves after that. I mean, yes, it was a lighter purchase, but in that scenario,
Careful.
what felt in the bag there, actually, Yampi sticking inside this. He was noted on the cross into the smoke, and Navi quickly deal with him.
Yeah, this is a good site take early on. And this up against rifles, this is a good buy for Liquid. Not perfect by any means, but Navera showing what he can do. A pixel out of place in this punished. Deno's gone. That's a 4v4 now. Maybe there's still a chance of this for Liquid, and they need a little bit of a round changer here to close out one of these rounds that have been so damn close. And there's the O invested. Navarra still punishing Scream with a pain shell off the back. This is perfect. But look who still stands. The final raid boss is still here. And how much more can one man do? This time it may be just that one step too far. Liquid keep 3 standing, and you might need an army to take him down, but they had it this time around. Diffuse going to come through, and Liquid going to close back in on the scoreline by just 1 round.
It cost them a fair bit as well. So the Showstopper burnt up in the previous. Actually creeping back towards the Rolling Thunder. Yampi one away from his ultimate as well. Navi definitely with the advantage in that regard. Showstopper available, Tour de Force online in this round, it would seem as well. Gonna try and bolster this purchase a little bit. And they can still concede. This is definitely doable for Navi. It will only give Liquid the opportunity to tie things up.
You want to play? Let's play.
This is early work for Navi. Now 1 rifle on Cloud. And SSK can do some damage as well. A lot of pressure on Yampi to, I don't want to say necessarily solo the site, because you do see the support of Soulcast coming over, but a little bit of a window of chance for Navi to close in, but you can see the utility coming back out to ensure safety. And oh, Cloud! Belter of a shot towards Yampi. SSK, do you even check on this? No, you don't. Scream quicker to it. Cloud's going to take the space, look for more. No one else is there. You've got the site.
Completely unopposed at this point. You have to reset comfortably. Do have a rifle upgrade in the hands of Duno as well, so an opportunity for Navi to convert here. Straight 4v4 in the retake though. DreamHack's utility going to be key here.
This was good last time. Remember, it worked out for them. This retake was really quite good. They need a little bit of that again. Scream's going to get it started, finding one, finding another. Scream, huge impact. Zeddy and Cloud just deleted. Dinks does what he can, but it is nowhere near enough. Liquid starting to work out these retakes, starting to get that rhythm down to it. This is much better from them. 9-9 now, dealing with SSK early. It's only going to help matters.
Yeah, the 3 left standing as well, so a little bit of a buffer as well, a much needed buffer towards the finances here, and the ultimate cycle definitely favoring Liquid now. Back on his Nightfall, but not an awful lot left behind this purchase for Navi. And at a fairly pivotal point of the half as well. 9 apiece. Next one ultimately leads either team towards double digits and the 11th. And Liquid in that regard. Look at what sits behind this. Actually, almost with Soulcast, the ability to drop one across. I'm not sure why they didn't spread the wealth in this round, but Tour de Force, Showstopper, so these are even bigger benefits or positives towards the next purchase for Liquid.
Oh, this is massive. This is resilience. This is a pretty big lifeline. Capability to pull off those retakes is pretty huge for them. And now the question gets posed to Navi, how are you going to break this back? Like, don't get me wrong, we've seen SSK popping off, sure. But we need to see that collective look, right? You're meant to be this team who's had way more experience as a collective now. Got to see a little bit of that. Swing goes in. It's Yampi punished this time. Maybe tailored to find, it was what? I think Scream last time sat towards that sort of spot, but funneling them towards the other side of the map. And Zeddy gets away with it. Hits the TP in time, and Navarra double swings. Catches Dano on the way through. And now Navarra trying to retake that space, work it back in, but Zeddy's already slipped through just a little bit. Now Navarra knows that he was a slightly further ahead. Navarra is so good at doing this, but the trades come out. Screams, oh, still gonna find Dinks. This is a 2v2, and DreamHack with the push. Catches Cloud, catches SSK, and Liquid laughing as they take the lead here.
And that's a big round. Completely resets Navi. The ultimates completely lacking the fault line. The timing on that seemed to be forever. DreamHack actually comes through, finds the lineup on the last 2. Navi quickly dealt with on a site. See Liquid really digging their heels in now. Tour de Force available here. Operator passed across to Yampi. A position to almost bring this one home. I mean, Navi will have 1 buy round left if Liquid can close this one out. Tons of damage done initially here. Navarra swings through, just misses Cloud on the retreat here, but rewarded with a walk peak there by SSK.
They get every day of the week. Vera looking solid. The double ops coming out. Yampi's got one of his own. Little overkill, but you'll take it. Sheriff's frenzies. All that really remains, and Zeddy has to respect. The boombot has to fall away. Your options are looking pretty rough. Go towards Navera, or head towards 3, or Yampi with the operator. None of them look like good options for Navi in this round. Seems like they're trying to take themselves through garage, but we know that it's again going to call the attention of the operators.
Deal with this trap, so I think we will be notified. Navera swings through? What?
Okay. It's, you know, sometimes you think, is that Yampi? Or that look like a Yampi thing? But hey, if it buys time, if it allows for rotations, jobs are good, and they still have to try and close the gap. And well, at this point, it's just Dinks. And what gun are you going to get? None. It was Navera who went down, so you're left on the Sheriff. Desperate to try and get a little something going here. Maybe he can make it through towards A in time.
Yampi.
He's going for it.
Oh, Yampi's going to miss actually, yeah. Just wants to make sure he gets the plant through the ult orb.
Yep.
A little bit of a buff. But doesn't even get it. Yampi finds the wall bang. Liquid now on their 11th.
No, he's playing the role he's been given that he certainly doesn't have previous reps on, right? Which is quite impressive to do against Navi, who are a very diligent team. So this is looking much better, showing a little bit of depth and resilience afterwards. A pretty disastrous start. They've really recovered to this, but Navi going to pick up the pace. And bear in mind, there's still Scream on the side, but quickly handled by Cloud, and he wants a little bit more. Overextends towards DT, tries to maybe force them a little bit further away, but Zeddy's going to at least create that safety. As the spike can be planted, I don't think anything can really deny that at this point. Soulcast happy to be the first man forward. Utility not with him at this point. Smoke goes up. Let's see what Dreammask can potentially facilitate. The flash is good, and Dreammask pushes it. That's brilliance from Dreammask. Welcome to Liquid. This is a nice little debut for him. Now the 3 remainders. Tucks a little bit deeper. 1 towards sewers, 2 towards long. They still got to clear this out, Mike.
Yeah, actually, Dink's fully playing off the aftershock here, I think. Actually, yeah, the stun should be perfect for it.
Ugh.
But
And
Navera gets a collapse!
Enemy remaining.
Okay, it's Navera. And it's only halfway to go. Does he stick it? He's pulled off it by Dano on the jump peak. And Navi actually get across the finish line after Navera gets a double and they win that clip. Like, everything looked good for Liquid there. It looked good. All right, Navi back in this. I mean, it's going to break the 4 rounds in a row that they were not necessarily depending on, but they tore the game away from Navi. But the first fumble there for Liquid really in that streak of things. So this should be course correction. They should be able to pick up where they left off. Money should not be a potential issue. But on the other side, Navi get an opportunity.
That's a lifeline for Navi. Retrieval of the operator as well, actually. Just get lucky not to get caught off guard there. Zeddy as well. Fits right inside that fault line. No real damage dealt, though. Just a little probe from Navi sent out. No love lost in that regard, but look at Liquid. Initially, were leaning as 5 towards A here, but that's going to walk mid as 3.
Walking mid. It's a triddle. And when they go Cloud, you get checked on. So aware. Oh, he's just shown enough. Yampi with the punish going to find Cloud. They're mostly going to fall away from this, leaving just Yampi down here for now. He's going to be able to TP himself out of... he gets out of danger. It's okay. There was no punish off the back. You can see the utility invested. And there's no one there. They've already peeled away.
Yeah, they actually try and invest the Rolling Thunder there to clear through mid, but it's a total mystery. Liquid able to peel away from that so effectively. Trying to deal with this trap now on B, but Zeddy having some problems with it, to be honest with you.
Oh, the pixel, it's noted. Navera is raining in on SSK right now. This guy is trying to find his form. TP's away, but the 3 remainders for Navi make it just 2. Soulcast catches Zeddy. And now the plant comes in. You're going to need a little bit of individual brilliance start shining for them. Ding's trying to set into motion maybe something here for Dano, but again, Liquid on these retakes have been good. They've been sharp. They've been hard to deal with, even in 5v5s, let alone 5v2s. How much time can they buy on this? And it ain't much. Already Dano's in danger. He's been dealt with, and now it's just 1. Dinks can only do so much as Dreammask is there, and the defuse is going to come in, and that's going to be 12 for Liquid, and that's a convincing retake.
a convincing round from the get-go. The
Yes.
reset away from that initial heavily
Save the day.
invested hold towards A site. They don't feel any pressure on the back of it, and a weird exchange of utility, like I said, with Zeddy and SSK escaping it, but immediately the response is there. The mid round is perfect from Liquid. They walk mid as 3. They're rewarded with it. They actually draw out the Rolling Thunder. Navi have to invest something to retake mid there, and they get nothing on the back of it.
That's pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah, think bigger picture. That is a great round from Liquid.
Oh, the knock-on effect is imperative to them. They won not only in that round, but the knock-on effect too. They've now look at the money that Navi come back in with, the purchase that they have to fight this out with, and already Scream taking matters into his own hands. He wants this fight, and he might have to stand and fight. He's got his brother by his side, Navarro just delivering rounds down range. Now, there is a bit of a trade out. Scream has gone, but they're left with 3. SSK, Deno, and Dinks. Looks like that C site is closed for business. They're left with what remains. Maybe A, maybe B. Maybe they can catch a rotation, punish someone. But now, no one's giving them that chance.
Three left for Navi. Ocas tucked in very deep here. Doesn't want to risk giving away anything as Navi have their sights set. Come through here, and again, it's key utility available once again for Liquid for the retake. The Rolling Thunder as well. It's going to be so difficult for Navi to hold on to this. Actually looking to get aggressive here on the back of the phone line. He's rewarded for it.
I really like that. You have to try and be proactive. If you're at a player disadvantage like this, the right choice to be made. And they reap the rewards now. They have to deal with the wave that's coming their way, and they know it's on the way. Outgunned, but not outnumbered now. Utility still in place to know. Positions noted. How much can he get from this? That's a body found. And effective trades for Navi. He leaves it with Navera. And what do? You've got the operator to play with. Do you want to keep that? You've got your potential ult coming on to the next round, but you want to have a go at this, surely. As Navi, I think they've done this one enough. Perfect play to be proactive in the post plant. Navera just trying to play his life now. 30 HP marked. He's being hunted down. They are out for blood. But it does seem to make it to at least a little bit of safety in the end.
They're trying to remove that.
It's 11 to 12, man. This game's back on.
It's so well played on the back of the fault line through onto A-Link there. SSK just digs so deep to find it. We'll have the tour de force now, and somehow Navi are actually back in an advantageous position with this ultimate cycle. I mean, yes, the Rolling Thunder available now. Navera one away from the tour de force, but whether or not they're not, it doesn't look as if they're going to go for an AWP here, but Deno one away from the knife. Well, that is huge for
You want to
Navi.
play? Let's play.
Navera's first test. Couldn't quite get it. Start to build at least their application towards taking a long first test passed, keeping their life. I'm sure the temptation for Yampy is there, but holds towards Garage. As you can see, Navi actually peeling away from that A-long presence, looking potentially towards either B or maybe Garage Burst at this point. Cloud, the one to go exploring.
The Showstopper will clear all the way through, invested to backside, so they know they have total control here. Now, the battle for mid should be key. The Rolling in Thunder actually invested on the back of the spike being tapped.
Yampy? Yampy was been locked in here from the start. That was a bold swing from him, and that could have opened up chance now. Spike is on the way to see, and look who's watching the cross. It's Scream. We need the head shot machine here. He's found 2 on the way. 40 seconds. They can still hold on to this, and Scream is doing everything he can to try and play his life here. Perfect work as SSK wants to take that away. He can't do it. The boys are there. And now the plant comes in. It's only down to 2. Dinks and Deno. This could be it for Liquid. They could be across the line, and there's the swing. Navarro predicts it. Dinks with a great shot, but it's a 1v3. And it ain't easy. He's marked, he's noted, he's known. And Team Liquid pull it out in the final hours. I mean, this was down to the wire, but they make it to 13.
I feel like they went for a total transformation just in the period of this match.